Good morning, everyone. Um,
Let's break down what intimidation and impact is revealing to you. Uh, Something about you just clicked into place for someone, and it's not what you showed them deliberately, it's what they discovered on their own, what they pieced together, what they finally understood that you weren't even trying to communicate. And that discovery changed everything for them. Not because you did anything different, but because their perception shifted. They're seeing you through a completely new lens now, and what they see is making it impossible to look away. Let me describe what this looks like. You may have been yourself around someone without trying to impress them, just existing naturally, not performing or hiding or trying to be something you're not. Some people experience this as vulnerability. They're used to curating their image, managing how they're perceived, controlling what people see. It might feel like you let your guard down without meaning to, like someone saw a side of you that you don't usually show, like they got past the surface to something real underneath. But here's what makes this powerful: they didn't just see you, they understood you. And understanding creates connection that attraction alone can't. Let's pause here. This reflection invites you to consider who recently saw a part of you that most people don't see. Maybe it was something you said, a story you told, a moment of honesty, a glimpse into how you think or what you value or what you've survived. You may not have thought it was significant, just casual conversation, just sharing, just being real because the moment felt safe enough. It's possible what felt casual to you was profound to them, that what you thought was nothing was actually everything, that you showed them something without realizing how rare it is. Some people go their whole lives without showing their real selves. They perform constantly. They wear masks so long they forget there's a face underneath. You may not be one of those people. And that authenticity is what gave them chills. Not because you're trying to be authentic, just because you are. It can feel confusing when someone's energy toward you intensifies and you don't know why, when their interest seems to deepen without obvious cause. But the cause is that they see you now, really see you, and what they see is more compelling than what they imagined. This reflection invites you to consider: has someone's energy toward you changed recently in a way you can't explain? There's something specific about what they might have discovered. It's possible they learned about something from your past, something you survived, something you overcame, something that gives context to who you are now. You may have mentioned it casually, not as a big reveal, just as part of your story, and they put pieces together, understood why you are the way you are, saw the strength behind the scars. Some people are attracted to pretty surfaces, but others are attracted to depth, to stories that have weight, to people who've been through things and came out different but not broken. Um, you may represent that kind of depth to this person, and depth is magnetic to people who are tired of shallow. Or maybe they discovered your talent, your skill, your capability in some area they didn't know about. And suddenly they see you as more than they thought, more competent, more impressive, more valuable. It can feel exposing when people discover you're good at something. Like they'll expect more from you. Like you can't be casual anymore now that they know what you're capable of. But being seen for your capability can also be affirming, can remind you that you're more than you've been showing, that you've been playing small and someone just noticed. This reflection invites you to consider What about you? Do you typically downplay that someone might have just discovered? Let me talk about what can't stop actually means. It's possible they can't stop thinking about you. You've moved from background to foreground in their mind, from casual interest to persistent presence, from someone they know to someone they're trying to understand. You may have noticed increased contact, more messages, more invitations, more reasons to connect, not desperate, just consistent, like they're creating opportunities to be around you. Some people pursue obviously, but others pursue subtly through increased availability, through showing up more, through paying closer attention. You may be experiencing that subtle pursuit, someone being more present without being aggressive about it, more attentive without being overwhelming. It can feel flattering and uncomfortable simultaneously. Like you're being seen more than you're used to being seen. Like someone's paying attention in ways that feel exposing. But being truly seen by someone who appreciates what they see is one of the most valuable experiences in human connection. It's rare, it's precious, and it's worth the discomfort of being visible. This reflection invites you to consider, are you comfortable being seen deeply, or does it make you want to hide? There's something about your response that matters here. It's possible your instinct is to downplay whatever they discovered, to minimize it, to make it less significant, to protect yourself from being seen as too much or too interesting or too whatever. You may have a pattern of making yourself smaller when people start seeing you as larger, of deflecting when people notice your strengths, of hiding when people get too close. Some people self-sabotage the moment someone starts truly appreciating them. They can't handle being valued. They're more comfortable being overlooked. You may need to resist that impulse, to let yourself be seen, to let someone appreciate what they discovered about you, to receive their attention without deflecting or minimizing. It can feel vulnerable to let someone hold a big perception of you, like they'll be disappointed when they learn more, like you can't sustain their interest once the novelty wears off. But what if you're more interesting than you think? What if the depth they're discovering is real and sustainable? What if you don't have to perform to maintain their interest because they're interested in the real you, not a performance? What you might need is to stay authentic. Don't start performing now that you know they're watching. Don't try to be more of whatever they seem to like. Just keep being yourself. Some people start performing the moment they realize someone's interested. They try to be more, do more, show more, and they lose the authenticity that created interest in the first place. You may be tempted to do that, to try to maintain whatever magic happened by recreating it deliberately. But magic that's forced isn't magic anymore. It can feel risky to just keep being yourself, like it's not enough, like you need to do something extra to keep their attention. But you don't. The you they discovered is the you they're interested in. Just keep being that. Let me talk about what happens next. It's possible this person is going to move closer, not necessarily romantically, though that might be part of it, but energetically. They're going to make themselves more available, more present, more invested. You may need to decide if you want that, if you're interested in reciprocating, if what they're offering is something you actually want. Some people just receive attention without considering if they want to return it. They let people pursue without asking themselves if they're interested in being caught. You may need to get clear on that, on whether this person's increased interest is something you welcome or something you need to gently redirect. It can feel automatic to reciprocate when someone shows interest, like you owe them attention because they're giving you attention. But you don't owe anyone reciprocation. Interest doesn't create obligation. You can appreciate that someone sees you and still choose not to pursue connection with them. You remain in complete control of how you respond. You can lean in, pull back, stay neutral, explore, decline. The power is yours. It always has been. You may notice reading this has brought up a specific person whose energy towards you has intensified recently. Maybe curiosity about what they discovered, maybe discomfort with being seen. Whatever it is, honor it. Take what resonates. Softly release the rest. Trust yourself. Before we close, I want to ask you something. When someone discovers something about you that makes them more interested, does that draw you closer to them or make you want to retreat? Drop it in the comments. And what part of you are you most protective of people discovering what they just found out about you gave them chills and now they can't stop? Thinking about you, wanting to know more, creating reasons to be around you, paying attention in ways they weren't before. Not because you're performing, because you're real. And real is rare enough to be captivating. Not eventually, it's happening now. Trust yourself with this. Trust that being seen is safe with the right people. Trust that you don't have to hide to be loved. Trust that the parts of you that you think are too much are exactly enough for someone who's ready to really see you. I'll see you in the next one. And listen, being discovered is different than being pursued. One is about performance, the other is about presence. Stay present. Let yourself be discovered. You're more interesting than you think.